Well, listen, I think American people can see through it. Doesn't it sound very familiar that Biden family is enriching themselves again using, their political office? I mean, $8 million goes to Joe Biden. We had millions went to Hunter Biden, and DOJ is covering that up. Isn't it interesting that, his ghostwriter was destroying evidence and no charges were pressed? Doesn't it sound familiar what happened to Hillary Clinton? So I think this is a pure, unfortunately, showing what is the double standard to have and what DOJ is up to. And they covering it up now for Joe, and Joe is keeping enriching his family using the government. And it's sad for me to see where we are right now, but I think American people can see through it.
We heard from Robert Hur that ultimately he didn't recommend charges because he said it could be difficult to prove beyond a reasonable doubt ahead of a jury that Biden had intended to keep those documents and do so with a negative intention here. Do you think that was a mistake for former special counsel Robert Hur to make that decision and not leave it up to the American public?
Well, I think generally, he didn't really say that it was an evidence. He just said this very friendly old man that doesn't have a good memory, probably the jury will not, convict him in the crime, which is very strange to me to see how in the world, everyone tries to appear this way. Everyone is, try to claim that. I said the whole FBI probably has a memory loss that they don't recall anything. They have to be really tested for amnesia. But unless there is really huge memory problems that he has, it may be just playing the games. But regardless what it is, it doesn't matter if you're president or not president, you have to be held to the same standard. And they're abusing the power, dragging through out President Trump really on nothing. But then they get away again. President Biden gets away again with, not even being charged. So I think it's unfortunately, Department of Justice became very corrupt, and there is a lot of pressure for a lot of people, even some maybe good people. I don't think this guy, special counsel, was a bad guy. I think he had enormous political pressure not to press charges, and it's sad that it's happening.
Yeah, and you saw Democrats unify again around the same line of questioning, making it about Trump, making it about, they use the word exonerated multiple times in terms of the report, the more than 340-page report released by special counsel at the time, Robert Hur, claiming that Biden was again exonerated over and over again. We have a clip here from the ranking member Jerry Nadler of New York. Here's that.
My ultimate conclusion was that criminal charges were not warranted.
Correct. Now let's talk about why. I have limited time, so please, when I say correct or not correct, answer the question. Are you aware that the FBI only learned that Trump was in possession of classified material after the National Archives discovered them?
Congressman, I am not intimately familiar with the facts relating to former President Trump. I'm prepared to comment on them to the extent that I address them.
Okay. Why did the Department of Justice seek a warrant to search Mar-a-Lago?
Congressman, I am not familiar with those deliberations.
So when this happened, Congresswoman, what were your thoughts? Again, it wasn't just Congressman Nadler, it was also Congressman Swalwell, I believe. It was also, we've seen Congressman Raskin step up and again bring up Trump during the report that's specifically about, at the time, right now, President Joe Biden. Your thoughts on that strategy?
Well, listen, this is a typical strategy they use to attack any witness or anyone in the committee, try to undermine and divert attention to real issues. I mean, raid in Mar-a-Lago, it was a totally political stunt. It was very obvious to do, but it had nothing to do with this matter. But that's what Democrats do again and again, because unfortunately, they've been involved with a tyrannical government and using the police state to advance their very radical agenda. And they do not like people like Donald Trump that are willing to challenge the status quo. He's not afraid to come after them. And unfortunately, our government is getting so corrupt and so oppressive. We have to do something about it and hold the ground on some of these issues. That's why we have to win. But, these people have nothing good to say. All they can do just attack with lies, and they do it all the time. But they have Biden family that enrich themselves. Clinton family enrich themselves being in government and politics. It's a disgrace.